Hi YouTube, I'm Jan-David Soutar, and today we are doing a review, breakdown, director's commentary of my short film Born a Snake. This was my first student film. It was a film that I made for a class project at Pasadena City College back in 2018. So the story was born out of Dion Shelton's poem called Born a Snake. Dion Shelton is herself as the poet in this. She is also the voice that you hear going through it. It's her poem. She wrote this poem, and this poem inspired us to tell this story. And I really bonded with Dion over this because she was referencing being born in the year of the snake. And I too am born in the year of the snake. Snakes are kind of my totem. You may see here my snake Ouroboros that I made at a class regarding the color wheel as accurately as I can make it into an Ouroboros. And Chauncey Heatley was the young man. He was great. I think he drove in from Vegas over 2 days. And so we shot it all with an iPhone 7 Plus. This iPhone 7 Plus is what we shot it on. No filters, no lenses, nothing. It was just this. This phone, Filmic Pro, hi, you see me, haha, right? So this is the phone that made that movie. That's crazy to me. This is the phone that made that movie. And it just goes to show you that it's really not about the camera. It's about the idea. It's about the story. It's about how you portray that story. Yeah, no lights. We had a monopod. We had a tripod. I don't even know if I really even had a shot list for this, which is embarrassing. Whew. A little nervous. Group 9. That's what we were, Group 9. I did these titles. I'm sorry, they suck. I really love this font. In hindsight, I could have made them bigger. Really tried to have a good use of foreground, midground, background, or at least midground, background. I love this opening shot. Danny was basically pulling back on the iPhone. What a great close-up. It wasn't until we were on the day that I realized that the symbolism of putting him on these and the questions that it would raise about his sexuality. Maybe it'll make people wonder about him and who he is, just through visual imagery. Very vulnerable parts of his body. Place him in that space. And the unicorn in the background, that communicates to the audience to feel a depth, not just that the character has more depth. I've seen it before where I'm like, oh, if I just had a little bit more depth into the image itself, that I empathized with that character just a little bit more. I love the silhouette that he creates here. It was really to make the audience realize that he had a body, like this is a physical person. We came down the stairs on a monopod, went down and followed him through closer, 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 and went through that octagon, and then pushed right in through here. Props to Danny. I love this shot. This shot over Pasadena is so great. This is the Pasadena walking bridge. I don't know if you've realized this, but I really kept all of the framing for this in the front. I really wanted the audience to think something was about to happen to him. I wanted them to feel that tension. You can never see what he's coming into. I really wanted him to be running head first into whatever's coming. There's no way for him to avoid it. I think that we shot this at Herman Park. There's my wife in the middle with 2 other actors. Great acting here. My wife's face is hilarious. I really chose slow motion there and through here because I really wanted to do the paranoia of it. The droning sound of it. I love that David Janik did this. Note happened and the light changed on camera. So this we did shoot on a gimbal. I had just gotten an Osmo Mobile, I think 2. Just shot it on a monopod at a high frame rate so that we could do slow-mo and walked backwards and then did the same thing sideways. So the blocking here, again, the thought was always to really get it from the front, slightly raised above him, like looking down on him, but also looking even further down on the people behind him. I think we did it in, I want to say 3 takes. Oh man, David Janik's music here. It's just so good. I don't know if I would have kept this shot. I think I could have found a better way of going through that. The music by David Janik, so fun, so hypnotizing. The long shadow is this way now. passing the police cars. Nobody knew what was going to be coming next for him. I asked him to pause there and to take a breath and then continue whenever he was ready. It was a really powerful moment, actually, too. I really loved Chauncey's performance here. He does so little, and yet it does so much, and it's really wonderful. It's really a credit to him as an actor. And then I had to put him into something beautiful right after, right? So we started going down the Chandler bike path and capturing him against these murals. We were using a lot of limited space. Like, you couldn't exactly tell how big the space was. This is all on a gimbal. Danny is walking backwards. We set it to as low as possible. Then he turns the corner and goes all the way to the other end, captures this interaction. Then he's got to go and round the other side, tries her best to keep her in frame, settles back in. The camera drifts on its own, which was a beautiful choice, then picks her back up, and then turns again to capture her in the darkness. Ambiguous space occurs when the viewer is unable to understand what the dimensions of the space that they're in are, with the two doors facing across from each other and a single light source. And I just thought it was a really great metaphor. I love Dion's words at the end, and I couldn't think of anything better at the time than to just give her the space to let her voice be heard. No imagery of mine, nothing convoluted, just her voice. That was what I was trying to do. I made it with a wonderful group: Dion Shelton, David Janik, April Shuvak, Danny. Called in a bunch of friend favors and said, hey guys, I need extras, I need background. Props to my wife. She's always helping produce something's happening. Danny, I loved working with so much. Yeah, so edited by April Shuvak and myself. I think she hadn't edited before. And so it was a fun learning process going through that, because it taught me also how to teach people. I've got a lot of friends cameos in this. This is what I would consider what I like to call an activist film, which means that there is an issue, a cultural, societal, political issue that you want to express your feelings about. I'm actually recording this on Martin Luther King Day too, and I'm thinking deeply about that because this hasn't really changed much, and I'm not really trying to be too political on here, but as a director you have a little bit of politics whether you like it or not. And so I was so proud of this film that I got the courage up to start submitting it to different film festivals and contests. And Filmic Pro, whose app we used to make it, had a contest called the Filmic One World Contest. And you could send in your short films that were made with Filmic Pro. And I did, and we won Best Experimental Film. Oh man, a lot of feelings there. I didn't have a lot of confidence, and then I made this, and I enjoyed every single step of the process, and it shows to me in this film. It really was a really beautiful, fun film to make. If you like this, comment and let me know, and I will do a more specific breakdown on what I mean by some of these terms that I've been talking about, like limited space or frontal plane, what we mean by certain types of blocking. If you have a question about it or you want to know more about it, please let me know. I'd love to know what you want to know. So thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, shout out to everybody who did make that happen. It was really, really cool to be a part of that.